Hey, fourth graders. So I'm going to be doing a math video for you guys. This is 3-2. I'm going to be going through page 103, the steps. It's multiplying and dividing. And I'm going to do it in my own notebook though. So you can just kind of watch. We'll probably review. We'll probably do some more together when we're live for math. But I want to give you a little bit of background as we use the place value model and the expanded notation for division. So I'm probably going to have two videos so we don't get overwhelmed because division is kind of big. So let's do it. Let me share. Here we go. So I've got my notebook here. And I'm using the problem from page 103, and it tells me that Sam divides 738 by 6. Okay, so let me start by writing that problem out. 738 divided by 6. Let me scooch in a little bit more. There we go. And we know that the other way we can write that is 6 divided by 738. Do one more thing so we don't have that silly lag. Now, in this problem in the book, it also tells us that he can use the place value model. That's what we learned and did a lot. Remember our rectangular boxes in multiplication? Well, we're going to learn how to use it for division as well. And then video 2 will be about the expanded notation method. So we'll look at both, okay? So let's get to it. I'm going to go ahead and draw my place value model. So I'm going to label this. Place value model, okay? And we know that that place value model is our rectangle. And because my number has 3 digits, I'm in the hundreds, I'm going to divide my model into 3 sections so that I can accommodate the hundreds, tens, and ones place, just like my total here, okay? I know that my outside number that I'm going to be dividing into is 6, okay? And then my total is 738. That's my quotient, because remember, I'm going to use a highlighter because this is actually pretty cool. Right now, I'm going to be dividing. I'm going to show you something. If you look at this place value model, look at this right here. I'm going to highlight it. If I were just to be looking at the highlighted problem, the part of the box that I highlighted, it's exactly like this. 6 on the outside, 738 on the inside, right? So that's exactly what we're going to do, but we're just going to break it out into multiple steps. I think you'll like this. So follow along, be patient with yourself, and just listen as we go along, okay? So we are starting here, and we're saying 738 divided by 6. Now I have to start in the hundreds, okay? So I'm talking to myself just like I always do when I do these types of problems, which we're getting familiar with. And I'm saying 6 times what? How many hundreds? Remember, I'm in the hundreds. So I could even put my 2 zeros there because I know that it's going to be a number in the hundreds. I'm going to use this space to work. Now, when I think of hundreds, I'm thinking 100, 200, 300, 400. That would be 6 groups of 100, 6 groups of 200, 6 groups of 300. I've got to find how many hundreds will get me really close to 738 and not go over. So let's try some. If I do 6 times 100, That's going to equal 600. Let's try a couple. 6 times, how about 200? That would equal 6 times 2 is 12. 1,200. Now, I'm going to stop already because I know that I can't go above. I have to try to find what's closest to 738 without going over. So I'm going to take that out. That means that 100, right, is going to get me closest. Now, 100 times 6 is 600. So I'm going to record it down here. And just like I do when I'm doing this type of division, I'm going to subtract. When I subtract, I'm going to get 138 left over. Okay, I'm not done. This is not a remainder like we've been practicing. So I'm going to draw an arrow. And this is what's left over. This is my next step. Now I'm still thinking about this 6, and I have to now go into 138 using tens. Now I'm in the tens place. So I could put 1 0 there because I know I'm going to have a 2-digit number. I'm going to draw a line. Okay, remember, we're in the tens place, so let's think. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, let's see how close we can get to 138 without going over. Be 6 times 10, 6 times 20. Let's fill these in. That'd be 60, 120. Let's see if I can get closer. If we do 30, 3 groups of 10, 180. I'm going to stop because 180 I've already gone higher. I can't go above. So now I have to look, okay, 60, I can get closer. I can get to 120. So look at this. 6 times 20. Let's fill it in. Okay, here I go. 20 times 6 is 120. I'm going to do the math. I'm going to subtract it. I'm going to get 8. I'm going to get 18 left over. Not a remainder. I'm not done. I get to bring this to the ones place. I'm going to plug this in here, 18. And now I need to finish. Ones place has 1 digit. So I know that I'm trying to find one number, a 1-digit number that can get me close. 6 times something can get me to 18. I think you know this. I don't think we need to break it down like this. This should be a fast fact for you. I know 6 times 3 is 18. So when I go 3 times 6, 18, I do the subtraction, 8 minus 8, 0 and 0. And I'm left with nothing, which means I have no remainders. Now I'm almost done. I get to add my 3 numbers together to find the missing factor. Let's do it. 100 plus 20 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. 123. So that means if I were to be doing this kind of division, right? 738 divided by 6, the answer is 123. And I just used the place value model to solve that. So instead of going right to there, so I could put my answer up here like that, and this is what I got. Sound good? All right. The way I can check is I can take my 2 factors. So I can take 123, because that's what it is, the factor on the top, times 6. And if it all checks out, I should get that inside number, the quotient. That's the quotient. Let's see. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13, carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 738, 738. It checks. And that's how we do the place value model for division using some multiplication. All right, we will continue this. I'm also going to come back in video 2, and I'm going to show you the expanded notation method for division. All right, see you later.